What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In case you all, the viewers, haven't noticed, you're watching COWGIRLS. And today, I'm going to go over my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers and why they are 3-2 instead of 5-0 when they should be 5-0. And that abysmal loss to the Dallas COWGIRLs. The whole spiel. Roll it. Alright, first things first, let me get this out of the way. Justin Fields should not be getting a single ounce of slander. He has had the Steelers in position to win and in position to be 5-0. Not just one position, numerous positions to be 5-0. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the actual problems here. The first problem, the biggest problem, numero one, at the top, way up here, would be Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator. How does he have a job? I literally do not know. He is numero uno. He's here, up here. The rest can be down here, but that's problem one up here. Here's the thing. The dude, if you put this dude on death row or in a life or death situation and he had to utilize his offensive talent in order to live, the dude he's a goner. He's gone. He is bye-bye. Sayonara, hasta la vista, baby. He is gone. Like, the dude can't utilize offensive talent if his life depended on it. Just look back at the Falcons. Bijan Robinson could have had the best rookie running back season of all time. Nah. Kyle Pitts, one of the highest rated prospects coming out of college. Nah, let's not use him. Alright, so he's fired there. Mike Tomlin. Oh, I got a genius idea. Let's go get Arthur Smith. The guy who can't utilize talent if his life depends on it. And now look, it's coming back to bite them in the butt. Like, he's got Justin Fields, who is lethal with his legs, who can throw on the run, do all this pizzazz, flashy plays, run, throw deep accurately. And what is he calling? 9 passes in the first half. 9 passes in a half. With your first string quarterback, your starter, a young, talented QB, and you throw 9 passes. Look, I don't care if it's Jacoby Brissett, Bryce Young. I'm not knocking on them. I'm just naming quarterbacks who aren't top 25 right now. Bryce Young, list goes on. No NFL caliber quarterback should be throwing under 10 passes and a half. Inexcusable, especially in a pass first league. I understand Steelers are a run first offense. That's their offensive game plan. But under 10 passes for any quarterback in the National Football League in a half should never happen. Ever. Alright, so now we went through problem one. I mean, I can keep going on and on about Arthur Smith, but probably would get bored with that. So we'll get to number 2, offensive line. These dudes cut out black middle schoolers last game. I mean, holy jeepers. That was embarrassing. And the run game is included in this because you have Najee Harris, one of the biggest running backs. The dude could barely run for a yard. Barely. Like, he's struggling to get a yard. No, that's just no bueno. That's no good. If you can't establish a run game, you can't establish a pass game. Right? Alright, so besides the offensive line, number 3, wide receivers. So they have George Pickens, right? And then who? Their next best weapon is Pat Freiermuth, tight end. Besides him, it was some practice squad guys who apparently have bricks for hands, because there were at least 3 passes Justin Fields threw nearly perfect that were 20 plus yards that were right in the breadbasket. Dropped, like literally, boing. Like, mainly their problems revolve around offense. Now, problem number 4, defense in big situations. I mean, they were claimed to be the best defensive football, air quotes, and they were no-shows against the Colts with Joe Flacco. I understand Joe Flacco is like one of the best backups of all time, one of the best quarterbacks of all time when he's a backup. I mean, holy shiza. But seriously, defense no-showed. You have, and Fields still had 300 plus yards. passing with 50+ yards, rushing with 3 total touchdowns, and the defense just no-showed. I don't know. Last week, Fields, it was 3-6. He drove them down, scored a touchdown. What did the defense do? Here, have a touchdown. I'll gift you one next drive. All right, well, Fields in the 4th quarter gets a go-ahead touchdown. Up 17-13. Oh, hey, defense, can you guys get one stop? Nah, we'll just give them an 8-minute touchdown. Now, I will say, the end was not their fault. Number 50. Bro, I never heard of this dude till last game. My God, dude looked like Superman. It's one of the best. I mean, holy titties, also one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they were on the 1-yard line, and he pushed them back 3 yards with jumping like Superman, punched that ball out, and they're back 3 yards. Guess who has the momentum in that moment in time? The defense. They're at home. They drove them back 3 yards. That'd be 4th and goal. And what does Mike Tomlin do? Timeout. 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 And it gives them an extra 30 seconds to call the play. And they call the play I've seen work 1,000 times at least. Just run 3 guys crossing each other. And number 25, Elliott, just you know that you should probably go under when they're within 5 yards of the end zone. Don't go behind. And that costed them. I can guarantee you, I am 99.9999% confident that the Steelers would have won if Tomlin didn't call timeout. So those are my 4 reasons for the Steelers' struggles right now. Arthur Smith, remember, he's here. He's here in his own dimension, own planet. But he got offensive line, receiving core, and then just the bonehead game management from Mike Tomlin. But I will say, Devontae Adams will completely change his team if Arthur Smith knows how to use talent. I mean, there's no way you don't know how to use Devontae Adams, right? Right? I mean, heck, you have George Pickens who just half-asses half the time and decides not to try half the time, which is very frustrating. But yeah, I mean, and also this, I do not want to see. Russell Wilson should never start a game for them unless Fields throws 5 interceptions or gets injured. He's having a career year. Again, he's not averaging a lot of pass yards per game. That's because they are a run-first offense, which 95% of people don't understand that there's run-first offenses and there's pass-first offenses. The Steelers are run-first, meaning Fields will not throw for 300 yards a game. Just not going to happen. That's not even possible in a run-first offense. But when he was asked to pass, like he was last week, he had 312 yards on like 65% completion rate or 70. And a touchdown, and ran for 50 plus 2 touchdowns. That's when he was relied upon. He can do it if he has to. Now look, I'm no scientist, but if you have a quarterback like that with an offensive line that can't block, don't have him in the pocket. And the reason why Fields is throwing so many checkdowns is because the receivers can't get open. He has to throw a checkdown. People are getting on to him with checkdowns. What the heck is he supposed to do? Force it into double coverage? No, he's making a smart decision, which, with the Bears, he would not have done. I know that as a Bears fan. He would have forced it, but now he's making the smart reads, and checkdowns are going to happen a lot when your receivers can't get open. Your offensive line can't block for longer than 2 seconds. Checkdowns will happen. So here's what Arthur Smith should do if he was a competent offensive coordinator. He'd run some rollouts. So that way it gives Fields the opportunity to run with the ball. He's lethal with his legs. Throw on the run, which he's one of the most accurate throw on the run quarterbacks in the NFL, at least from what I've seen him throwing on the run. It's not damn rocket science, man. It's not. Steelers should be 5-0 right now. I thought they were the best team in football when they were 3-0 after 3 weeks. Most complete all-around offense, defense, coaching. Yeah, after last week, losing to the COWGIRLS, that was embarrassing. They should have blown them out. They really let Dak Prescott have an 8-minute game-winning drive. A mid-quarterback, one of the most overpaid player in history, along with Jordan Love. Let a game-winning drive. Yeah, I just went down my list. So yeah, that would be my list. Arthur Smith, offensive line, wide receivers, and some bonehead game management from Mike Tomlin is really why the Steelers are 3-2 and not 5-0 when they should be 5-0, because Fields has put them in positions to be 5-0, at least 4-1, at least. But yeah, that would be my thoughts on why the Steelers are 3-2, not 5-0. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. And yeah, I got more videos coming, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't get too excited. Peace.